Canada is quite food insecure. We rely on two other countries, namely the US and Mexico, to produce more than 75% of our fresh produce. When we think about these long supply chains, they're quite subject to disruption. So bringing the food production closer to people's homes allows them to have a higher degree of control over how the food is grown and how it's distributed, how it's priced, and so on. And we really believe that giving people the power to decide their own food systems is a really important element within the food security sphere.
Vertical farming is growing in contained environments, whereas traditionally growing, you would grow in the field. In vertical farming, you're growing in stacks indoors. My co-founder and I met at the University of Ottawa, and we were interested in social entrepreneurship. We were fortunate during that time to go up north to Iqaluit and experience the challenges of food insecurity and see just the common sticker shock that you see going into a grocery store. And it spurred us to decide to do something about that, and it started off as a university project and ultimately snowballed into what Growcer is today.
So Growcer, we've developed a farm called the Osiris Farm, and it is a portable building that gets dropped down. When you open the door, you walk into what looks like a produce aisle in the grocery store. It's shelves of plants growing under LED light, and everything in the farm is optimized for plant growth. So we're looking at about 2,300 mature plants that are at different stages of their growth cycle. All of the plants, as you can see here, are floating in nutrient-rich water on these rafts. So these are head lettuces, bib lettuces is what we call them. So we're trying different density experiments to see if we can continue to increase the yield of the lettuces that we grow. We've also got some basil, some spinach, and some kale growing in this. So there's about 5 different scientific experiments going on at the current moment within this farm. Yeah, this is a structural insulated panel building. So it's a prefab building that we build. We've got 2,000 plants growing here on these runways. Within a system like this, we can feed about 400 people every single day, all the servings of vegetables that they need. When we think about the climate crisis, there's a few things that vertical farming can do to mitigate these challenges, one of which is water scarcity. So we completely recirculate the water inside a Growcer farm. And when we compare a kilo of lettuce produced in a Growcer to a kilo of lettuce produced in a field in California, we use 95% less water. The second thing is reducing emissions from transportation and reducing methane production from food waste. More than half of the food that goes bad doesn't go bad on the farm, it goes bad during transportation, it goes bad in people's fridges. So we really want to produce food in ways where we can extend the shelf life of produce, ensure that more of the food that we do grow makes it into people's stomachs.
Vertical farming industry has been very rewarding to see the impact that you can have in other people's communities through the power of food. And it's been really rewarding to see some of the trickle-down effects that have come from folks helping their own communities.
One of our biggest successes to date has got to be the Yellowknife Co-op in the Northwest Territories. So it was our first co-op, our first grocery store, and seeing our farm in a commercial environment producing commercial volumes of food in a quite remote community. It's really gratifying to see, and they're now 3 or 4 years into their project and they continue to do very well with it. We see a really exciting opportunity for our technology to go to extreme climates where food production is not normally possible using conventional agriculture. So we've done the extreme cold in Canada. We're hoping to translate that to Northern Europe as well. But we're also seeing opportunities within arid climates like the Middle East and Australia, and seeing opportunities within island states where land is a huge premium and where conventional agriculture just may not be possible.
I think vertical farming has some really exciting opportunities ahead. It's still one tool in the tool chest, but I think it can really play an important part in terms of providing communities with the tools that they can use to help with their own food sustainability as well. And that, combined with a variety of different other options, can really help support the need for food sovereignty and food sustainability moving forward.